Welcome to Elysia Style. Take a breath and let softness redefine what elegance means to you. There's a certain hush that falls over Paris in December, snow dusting the boulevards, lamplight catching on pearls, the faint scent of roasted chestnuts drifting through the air. Chanel's Winter 2026 collection feels like stepping into that moment and deciding to stay forever. It is not loud luxury. It is the quiet certainty of a woman who knows exactly who she is. Tweed warmed with cashmere, ivory silk that moves like moonlight, camel coats cut with the precision of couture. Every piece whispers refinement while feeling like the gentlest embrace. Today we borrow that Parisian Christmas spirit and translate it into 9 reflective color harmonies you can wear long after the holidays fade. These are not trends. They are heirlooms for your everyday life. Quiet luxury combinations that make people lean in, not because you announced your presence, but because grace did it for you. Let's begin. You walk into the morning cafe, coat still dusted with the first snow of the season. The barista smiles longer than usual, not because of the ivory cashmere turtleneck alone, but because Candlelight Beige will trousers catch the golden glow from the counter and turn you into living winter poetry. This is the quiet confidence that lingers long after you leave the room. The silhouette is softly elongated, a tucked turtleneck tracing the line of the collarbone, high-waisted trousers with the gentlest front crease falling into a clean break over Crème's suede loafers. Cashmere meets wool Melton, textures that feel expensive against the skin, yet look effortless to the world. Ivory against warm candlelight flatters every undertone. It creates that porcelain lit from within glow Chanel built entire collections around. People assume silk when they see the sheen, but it's the harmony that speaks luxury. The way the tones melt into each other like fresh cream poured slowly into coffee. You become the calm center of any room, the woman others describe as always so put together, without ever trying too hard. This is Parisian Christmas translated into daily life. Serene, expensive looking, eternally kind to the skin and the soul. You pause beneath the illuminated arches of Place Vendôme, breath visible in the cold. pearl earrings catching the streetlights like tiny moons. Midnight navy wool crepe drapes your frame in a tailored coat that feels like armor made of midnight itself, yet the frosted pearl silk blouse beneath softens everything into feminine grace. The silhouette is sharp-shouldered, yet forgiving, a defined waist created only by the belt you choose to cinch, never forced. The pearl tone against navy creates that subtle contrast Chanel loves, expensive without announcement. Texture plays the leading role here. Matte wool against liquid silk, the quiet rustle when you move. To cooler undertones, this is heaven. To warmer ones, it still flatters because pearl carries the faintest pink whisper beneath its glow. Strangers assume custom tailoring because the harmony is so precise. They see old money restraint, timeless Parisian polish, the kind of woman who orders her café crème in flawless French and tips generously without ceremony. This combination says you've arrived long before you speak, and when you do, the room listens. You're crossing Pont Alexander 3 at golden hour, camel cashmere wrap coat floating behind you like a quiet declaration of refinement. Beneath it, crème brûlée beige silk slips over the body with the gentleness of forgiveness. This is warmth made visible. The silhouette is fluid yet intentional, the coat belted just enough to hint at waist without constriction, the silk camisole and wide-leg trousers in the same family of beige creating one long, expensive line. Cashmere so fine it feels like clouds, silk with that subtle sheen that catches winter sun and turns it into personal spotlight. These tones were born for every skin kiss. They lift, soften, and perfect. People think old money the moment they see it, yet the feeling is pure comfort. They assume the coat alone costs a fortune. They're not wrong in spirit, but the real luxury is how rested and expensive you look without a single logo in sight. This is the combination that makes others ask, "Where did you go on holiday?" when you've simply dressed with quiet intention. You step out of the taxi in front of the opera. Black caviar tweed jacket nipped perfectly at the waist, its boucle threads catching snowflakes that refuse to melt too quickly. Beneath, fresh snow-white silk blouse, crisp, quiet, devastatingly elegant. The silhouette is Chanel to its core. Strong shoulder, defined waist, slight flare over the hip that makes movement feel like choreography. The contrast is dramatic yet never harsh because the white carries the faintest cream undertone, the difference between stark and serene. Texture is everything here. The gentle rasp of tweed against liquid silk, gold buttons glinting just enough to say heirloom without shouting. This combination flatters because black recedes and white illuminates the face. Together they create that porcelain-sculpted effect Parisian women seem born with. People part slightly when you walk through a crowd, not because you demanded it, but because timeless authority dressed in softness is impossible to ignore. You become the woman everyone remembers, even if they never learned your name. You're sipping chocolate chawed at Café de Flore, cheeks kissed by cold air, and the softest winter rose cashmere sweater hugging you like an old love letter. Antique pearl wool skirt schemes mid-calf, moving like whispered secrets. The silhouette is gentle hourglass, the sweater tucked just enough to show the waist, the skirt's slight A-line giving forgiveness and grace in equal measure. Blush against pearl is the combination that makes people ask if you're wearing highlighter. You're not. It's harmony doing the work. These tones were made for romantic undertones, yet somehow universally flattering because the rose is dusty, not candy. Texture is a symphony, cloud-like cashmere meeting structured wool that still drapes. Strangers assume couture because the color story is so refined, yet the feeling is pure comfort, like being hugged by someone who knows exactly how you like to be held. This is quiet luxury that still dreams out loud. You're walking through the Tuileries as the first snow settles on evergreens. Forest pine merino turtleneck tucked into high-waisted Chantilly cream trousers that catch light like fresh cream. The contrast feels like Christmas morning in the countryside outside Paris. The silhouette is long and lean, the turtleneck tracing the neck with quiet confidence, trousers pooling gently over boots the color of fresh butter. Pine is deep enough to ground, cream soft enough to lift. Together they create that rare balance, sophisticated yet approachable, expensive-looking yet kind. Texture tells the story. Matte merino against subtle wool-silk blend that glows without shining. This combination flatters because it brings life to the face while still feeling serene. People assume Scandinavian royalty, or at least old European blood. Never that you simply chose colors with intention this morning. You become the woman who makes winter feel like the most romantic season of all. You arrive at the holiday dinner, Bordeaux velvet blazer slipping off one shoulder just enough to reveal moonlit ivory silk camisole beneath. The room quiets for half a second, not because you tried, but because some moments dress themselves. The silhouette is relaxed power. Blazer cut like a dream with slightly structured shoulders softening into relaxed fit. High-waisted ivory trousers creating endless leg. Velvet absorbs light. Silk reflects it. The push and pull of texture that makes people want to reach out and touch, they won't, but the desire is the compliment. Bordeaux this deep flatters every complexion because it carries warmth without heat. Ivory keeps it from ever feeling heavy. They assume vintage YSL, or at least Paris Atelier, never that the blazer was an investment you made 3 years ago and still feels current. This is festive without trying. Elegant without effort, the quiet luxury of knowing exactly who you are when December asks you to shine. You're striding toward the office before anyone else arrives. Charcoal flannel coat belted loosely over fresh powder cashmere dress that feels like wearing forgiveness. The city is still waking up, and somehow you already look like the ending of a beautiful film. The silhouette is quiet drama. Coat creating strong lines that the dress beneath softens into feminine flow, hem hitting just below the knee for perfect proportion. Charcoal grounds, powder lifts, the perfect balance of authority and approachability. Texture is everything. Structured flannel meeting cloud cashmere that makes people want to live inside your outfit. These tones make every skin tone look expensive because they create contrast without harshness. Colleagues assume private elevator money. Friends assume you woke up like this. The truth is simpler and more powerful. You chose harmony over noise, and the world adjusted its volume accordingly. You're the first to arrive at the gallery opening, champagne satin blouse catching the low light like liquid gold poured over winter taupe wool trousers that move like quiet money. Some women wear statements. You wear conversations. The silhouette is effortless sophistication. Blouse tucked softly with just enough volume to feel modern. Trousers with perfect front crease falling straight to the ankle. Satin glows. Wool absorbs. The interplay that makes people look twice. Champagne carries the faintest pink gold that flatters universally. Taupe grounds it into daily wearability. Texture tells the story strangers read as expensive without ever seeing a price tag. They assume Paris Fashion Week regular, or at least someone who lunches at costs, never that you simply understood the power of neutral done right. This is the combination that turns heads without ever turning you into spectacle. You remain the calm center while the room orbits gently around your quiet glow. These are your Chanel Winter 2026, a love letter to Parisian Christmas elegance. Which pairing speaks to you most? Comment below, save this video, and subscribe to Elysia Style for more timeless inspiration every day.